Look.
Before The Matrix, before John Wick, Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter weren't saving the world. They were failing their history class. But somehow, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey turned two clueless dudes into sci-fi icons. It wasn't just time travel anymore. There were killer robots, Death himself, in a studio that thought the sequel would flop. Behind the laughs were fights, rewrites, and chaos that almost ended their friendship. But Keanu refused to quit. These are the 10 shocking secrets you never knew about Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. So grab your air guitars. This one's totally bogus and totally wild. Number 1. Everyone remembers the scene where Bill and Ted fall endlessly into the fiery pits of hell. It's funny, chaotic, and completely over the top. But behind that laugh, Keanu Reeves was actually terrified. The scene was filmed using one of the largest drop rigs ever built for a comedy at the time. There were no digital backgrounds, just a massive vertical green screen with wind machines blasting at full power. Keanu had a real fear of heights, and that platform was suspended over 20 feet high. Every scream you hear, it wasn't acting. Director Peter Hewitt said the fear in his eyes was 100% real. Alex Winter joked that Keanu's fall was so convincing because he didn't know exactly when they'd start rolling. So when they shouted action and dropped him, his reaction was pure instinct. That genuine fear turned what was supposed to be a simple comedy gag into one of the most unforgettable visuals in the movie. Real terror, real performance. That's the magic behind the madness. Number 2, the Grim Reaper, one of the funniest and most iconic parts of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, almost didn't exist. When the script was first written, the studio thought the idea of Death playing board games with 2 stoners was too weird for a sequel. Executives wanted a simpler plot, maybe more time travel, less afterlife. But Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter fought for it. They told the writers that Death was the heart of the movie's humor. Without him, it would just feel like another time travel gag. Then came the question, who could actually play Death and make it funny? Over 20 actors were considered, but William Sadler nailed it with one bizarre audition. He walked into the room dressed as Death, started quoting Shakespeare, and ended it with a bad Swedish accent inspired by the Seventh Seal. Everyone laughed so hard they rewrote the scene around him. That single audition turned what was almost a deleted idea into one of the most beloved movie characters of the 90s. So next time you see Death lose at Battleship, remember, we almost never got him at all. Number 3, believe it or not, Bill and Ted weren't supposed to die at all. In the original script, they were meant to time travel again, meet their future selves, and win the Battle of the Bands without ever facing death. But the writers, Chris Matheson and Ed Solomon, thought that idea felt too safe, so they took a massive risk. They decided to kill their main characters in the first act, a comedy where your heroes die and go to hell. No studio wanted that. Executives pushed back hard, thinking it would lose the audience. But the writers had a point. How do you prove your characters are heroes if they never face something bigger than life itself? And so the We're Dead Dude scene was born, not as a joke, but as a way to raise the emotional stakes. It turned the sequel from a goofy sci-fi into something weirdly meaningful. 2 idiots learning what life and friendship actually mean by dying together. And that gamble paid off. That one change made Bogus Journey far deeper than anyone expected, and it's the reason the movie still feels timeless today. Number 4, the heaven scene in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey wasn't just bizarre, it was almost deleted from the film entirely. When Bill, Ted, and Death crash Heaven's Gates, they meet Station, 2 tiny Martian geniuses who merge into one giant alien. It looked ridiculous on paper, and even the studio panicked during test screenings. But the director, Peter Hewitt, fought to keep it. He said, "This was the heart of the film, pure absurdity with a purpose." The sequence blended humor, philosophy, and hope, something no other comedy dared to do. And those goofy Martians? They became fan favorites, inspiring toys, posters, and even early CGI experiments. Without this scene, Bill and Ted's journey would have ended in darkness, but instead it found light and Station. Number 5, the Grim Reaper's dance-off scene wasn't in the script. Actor William Sadler, the guy under that pale makeup, completely improvised it on set. During rehearsals, the director asked him to loosen up after all the serious scenes, so Sadler just danced. Nobody expected it, not even Keanu or Alex. The crew cracked up so hard that they ruined 3 takes. But when they finally rolled again, they kept it. That spontaneous dance turned Death into one of the funniest characters in movie history. It's weird, it's awkward, and it's pure genius. Proof that sometimes the best movie moments are the ones nobody planned. Number 6, ever wondered how they pulled off that wild "I totally possessed my dad" moment in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey? You might think it was early CGI, but nope. This was pure old-school movie magic. Instead of digital compositing, the team used a camera rewind trick. a real double exposure shot done right inside the film camera. They filmed one version with Ted's dad, then rewound the film and shot Keanu in the same frame, perfectly aligned. One tiny mistake could ruin the whole reel, and they had to try it again. And again. No green screens, no computers, just patience, timing, and a bit of insanity. 30 years later, that ghostly effect still beats most modern CGI. Number 7, the soundtrack of Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey was almost too metal for Hollywood. When the band Faith No More and Megadeth dropped their tracks for the movie, censors freaked out. One song used during the Let's Rock scene was flagged for being too dark. The lyrics talked about death, chaos, and rebellion. The studio got a warning that the movie could be rated R, just because of the song, but the producers refused to cut it. They argued that Bill and Ted weren't promoting chaos. They were rocking against it. After weeks of debate, the song stayed, and that fight turned a goofy sequel into a cult metal legend. The music made the movie immortal. And the Let's Rock scene? It's not just a jam, it's rebellion, guitar-shaped. Number 8, during filming, Keanu Reeves showed up with a totally new haircut, and it was nothing like Ted's. He just finished shooting another movie and forgot that Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey needed him to look exactly the same as the first one. When the directors saw it, they panicked. Continuity was broken and reshoots were already scheduled. The solution? A wig. But not just any wig. A cheap, last-minute piece that refused to stay in place under stage lights. Every time Keanu headbanged or turned too fast, it slipped, forcing multiple retakes. Some crew members even joked that the wig had its own line in the credits. Eventually, the makeup team glued it down with extra adhesive so filming could continue. So if you ever spot Ted's hair looking slightly off in a few scenes, that's not your eyes. That's movie magic, saving the day with super glue. Number 9. When you see the evil robot versions of Bill and Ted, it looks like pure special effects magic. But those doubles weren't just actors pretending. They were part real, built with metal parts and animatronic frames. The crew designed them using leftover robotics from another sci-fi production to give them that cold, lifelike stiffness. The problem? The machines were way heavier than planned. During one scene, the animatronic head sparked mid-take and short-circuited, forcing a total reset. Keanu Reeves later joked that filming with his evil twin felt like wrestling a car engine. To make things worse, the mechanical joints sometimes jammed, making the robots move like broken toys. If you rewatch the evil Bill and Ted scenes, you'll notice a few awkward pauses. That's not acting. That's the sound of real robots glitching on set. Number 10. Remember that bizarre scene where Station transforms into one giant alien? It wasn't CGI. It was 2 real actors inside a single costume. The creature's transformation scene took nearly a week to film because the suit weighed over 100 pounds and had almost no ventilation. Each actor had to move in perfect sync to make the alien appear natural, one controlling the upper body, the other handling the legs. They even used walkie-talkies inside the suit to coordinate movements. The problem was the heat inside reached over 120 degrees and the latex kept sticking to their skin. Between takes, crew members had to pump cold air through tubes just so they wouldn't pass out. But when you watch the final merge scene, it's pure movie magic. 2 people, 1 alien, and 0 CGI. That's the power of practical effects at their best. You've just traveled through the most excellent secrets behind Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. From the real pain behind Keanu's fight scenes, to the impossible fall that wasn't CGI, to Station, 2 actors in 1 suit, proving movie magic doesn't need computers to feel alive. Every crazy detail, every wild twist, all made this sequel one of the strangest, most ambitious sci-fi comedies of the 90s. A story that didn't just make audiences laugh, it showed that creativity can come from pure chaos. So if you thought this was excellent, wait till you see what's next, because we're just getting started. Catch more hidden secrets, insane production stories, and wild behind-the-scenes facts, only here on this channel. And remember, be excellent to each other.